Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the PhazeCast. Joe, Eric, Jeox, Xygni. We're doing odd things. We're talking about stuff. What are we talking about today? We got Andor.
Today we are talking about the new episode of Andor. And I watched a Rings of Power, which is, I'm sure, everybody's favorite part of the podcast. Where I will describe to you what I saw. Okay. Which may be a little bit different.
Hold on, let me just get my tools and supplies ready for my... Alright, so... Andor. First, let's talk about Andor. So the first few episodes were kind of slow, right? This one kind of picked up the pace. We immediately got into plans and doing stuff.
Yes, this fourth episode was this is the fourth episode, right? Because there were three in a row.
Yeah,
I think that my favorite part of this episode was the Imperial Roundtable that happened with the
ISB,
with the Science Man from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
was that what they were called? The ISB?
Yeah,
they were like the
Imperial Security Bureau.
I loved that everybody in that room looked like a ghost that had found some skin to put on.
What?
Like, that entire group of people looked gaunt. And they were like, let's find the most haunting phantom people for this fucking task force.
Well, you know, it's got to be it's the Empire still. We still got to make it evil. You know? Evil.
It worked. It was. I mean,
right?
it was like classic, like Moff Tarkin. You know that scene in Star Wars where they're sitting around the table, and you know Darth Vader goes, "I find your lack of faith disturbing."
Right.
That's not what Darth Vader sounds like, but you know what he sounds like. I just watched Dracula last night for the first time. I find your lack
of faith disturbing.
Yeah. Bela Lugosi really turns it to 11 in that movie.
You gotta do that sometimes, though. You gotta just do that sometimes. You gotta go up. You gotta turn it all the way up to 11. You know what I mean?
Oh, I do. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Unrelated to Star Wars.
But Bela
Lugosi in Dracula, anytime that they get a close-up of his face, the light hits only his eyes, and he's like...
Yeah,
and I think that really should have been a giveaway.
You've only seen Dracula? Is the first time you've seen Dracula?
Yeah, really? Original Dracula, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I never saw it before.
I thought you took like film in college for a little bit. Did you know?
Yeah, I did. We watched Taxi Driver and
Really?
Boys Don't Cry.
Why'd you watch Boys Don't Cry? Just for the ending?
That was a very sad movie. Yeah, Jesus Christ. But no, I didn't watch...
class sucks.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the... Yeah, I would have probably preferred to watch some other things. We watched It Happen One Night. That was a good movie. Anyway, I've never saw Dracula before. Bela Lugosi kills it, and that's our episode, everybody.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you.
No, but so everybody was walking around with a level of menace that totally matched the original Star Wars in that room, and I loved it. Loved it. You mentioned that there were a lot of Easter eggs, and I feel like
fucking many.
I feel like I missed them. They name dropped Saw. They name dropped Saw Gerrera. I remember.
Well, they name dropped all the different, because there isn't a rebellion. There's just different rebellion forces. They name dropped like the Seps, which are the Separatists. Saw Gerrera and the Partisans, and I forget the third one, but and then I forget the character's name, but he's just like, aren't they all the same? Because eventually they will be. Yada, yada, yada.
Whoa.
He gives Andor... What does he give Andor? Hold on. This is where I see how Eric is doing. Eric, what did he give Andor? Near the beginning.
The power of friendship?
No, it was a physical object.
You're talking about the Elder Skarsgård?
Yes, the Elder Skarsgård.
He's in the ship, and the woman is walking up, and he's like, oh, she's actually in charge. And then he's like, what? And then he's like, I was never here. Don't tell anybody that I was here.
No. Yeah, you're the 7 samurai who are gonna rob this.
Yeah, seriously. And then he gives him the power of friendship.
No, he gives him a kyber crystal.
He did?
Did you see the fucking blue thing? The blue thing. Did you pay attention?
I thought that was mithril.
No, Mithril.
No, I'm kidding. That's just I'm getting my wires crossed, dude. I can't keep track of all this.
It's a kyber crystal, and then he mentions the Rakuten Empire, which is fucking insane. That is insane. They haven't done that, I don't think, in a canonically filmed thing before. The Rakuten Empire, Eric, is the empire that made the great evil force machines in the Old Republic.
Whoa.
So in Knights of the Old Republic, that fucking... The whole point of that was, like, you know, you're a character and you're trying to stop this one space station that automatically just makes ships. That was made by the Rakuten Empire. You spend a lot of that game going around looking for Rakuten artifacts. Like, that fucking blew my mind. I'm like, oh, we just straight up... How much of Knights of the Old Republic is fucking true, then? Don't do this to me. Why are you doing this to me? That's good tease. That fucked with me for a little bit.
Do you think that sassy robot is canon now?
If HK-47 becomes canon, I'm ready. I'm ready.
That's his name.
I'm so fucking ready.
I haven't played that game since I was like 12, but I loved that game.
It is consistently it's like one of my favorite games of all time. I love the way you could branch stories in that. I'm gonna stop gushing about Knights of the Old Republic because we got a lot to talk about still. Whew, and then you get a lot of. I really just want to. I want to talk about his front, where he puts his wig on and he, like, Elder Skarsgård gets his wig and has his... I want to talk about that because that's where a lot of the shit was. But as we go further in the episode, he meets, like, you know, the 6 other people he's going to go rob Palpatine's secret, like, vault from, essentially. And they all have shitty-looking guns, comparatively. And it's just a ragtag group who are going to hide with some natives doing, like, a giant hike to look at things blowing up in the sky. Right.
They're doing they're doing that ceremony that they do once
whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Empire is going to be watching and flying overhead, so it's going to be a giant heist thing with Andor and 6 other people. And that's not popping off this episode, but that's setting up the next episode for it to be, I think, a really action-packed episode.
It seems like it's going to be, because they're going to have that festival and be doing the heist amongst all this. It's going to be cool.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm really excited about seeing the festival. Because I guess, say what we will about episode 9, that little color festival was dope as fuck. So I know that they can do some crazy shit, right?
That's one of the best parts of episode 9 is when they go to that planet.
Literally, if you ignore the story of episode... I know. If you ignore the reasoning as to why they have to do things, and their actual, like, we have to find the thing to do the thing, episode 9 has some fun parts. It's got Babu Frick. It's got that party. It's got Lando Calrissian.
The Death Star ruins are cool. It's
the Death Star
how
ruins
they get there.
Cool.
That's dope.
The fight between Kylo Ren and Rey in the ruins is cool too. Like, I like a lot of the way it's shot. I like how colorful and how, like, some of the conversations and interactions between characters are great. Kylo Ren's redemption by talking to Han Solo is awesome to me. A lot of people don't like it. And then I can't get enough over when Kylo Ren just becomes Ben Solo again. And he does, like, it's very quick, it's very subtle shit, but, like, when he's running, and, like, he tries to scrounge up a chain. He just becomes, like, a weird mix of Han Solo and Leia in that moment, including the weird, like, I'm sorry I betrayed you all, and then begins to fight the rest of the people he used to lead. It's good. That part is good. The overall... Palpatine coming back and all the other shit was stupid as fuck, don't get me wrong.
But Palpatine was cool on it, you know, that's the thing.
Ian McDiarmid being Palpatine, I'm gonna just fucking... I enjoy it.
Yeah. That well illustrates how I felt about it in theaters, I think, because when I left the theater, I went with a bunch of family, and we all left the theater, and we were like, Star Wars, yeah! And then, like, as we walked to our cars and started talking about it, we were like, wait...
It's hard.
Why did they do this?
I think I've mentioned this on the show before, but I went and saw it. My second time I went and saw it with Kazooie, our Phase streaming partner.
Is that what he's demanding to be called now?
I don't know. I'm just calling him that because
he's Kevin.
Okay, well, Kevin, our face streaming
and you can see us streaming on Thursday.
You can see us streaming on Thursday. If you subscribe to TikTok, you'll get my face doing something weird.
Listen, this is totally unrelated and nobody is going to understand this.
Anyway.
Hold on. Let me just say, my favorite moment of the week was that now you can for some reason subscribe to me on TikTok Live, which is great for me. But you subscribed to me and I made little emojis for subscribers, and one of them is your face.
Yeah,
and it was
I didn't know this.
I know.
I didn't know this.
It was the greatest moment of my week that you were like in the chat, and then you put the face up, and you were like, "Is this my fucking face?"
Fucking. Oh, anyway. I went and saw it with Kazooie in my second watch, and like I was sitting down. Kevin, whatever. Kazooie.
His name is
I went
Robert
and sat down
Paulson.
and then he was like, "So am I gonna like this?" I'm like, "You're gonna read the opening crawl, and I just need you to accept it and move on and just enjoy the ride." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "It'll be better for you if you do." He's like, and then you see Palpatine lives, and he looks over at me, and I'm just like, "Yeah, just." He's like, "Fuck it, okay."
The dead speak.
The dead speak.
Which is probably one of the hammiest things in one of those hammy crawls.
Star Wars has a lot of hammy crawls.
I know, but that is probably the hammiest.
Yeah.
It's hammy.
But anyway, they're gonna go heist Palpatine's armory. Back with the ISB? Imperial Security Bureau. Back with the ISB. That's true. The cop who is the I guess he's our... Is he the Durotagonist? Is he, I guess?
Robbie Rotten?
Sure. Yeah, is he the Durotagonist? Because it feels like he's gonna be.
I don't know what that means.
We see a secondary protagonist that we follow.
I think that he's gonna sort of...
Because he's the Empire side of things, right?
He's gonna have a moment.
Oh, he's already Downton, right? We see him there, and he's getting, like, talked to, and then we see him go see his mom. You know, maybe him and Cassian will be shooting at each other, and he'll have Cassian finally down, and then he'll say, "Martha." He's like, "Why did you say that? Why did you say that?" And then he joins the rebellion right after.
He'll be like, Clem.
Clem.
He'll be like, wait, that's my fake name.
That's my fake name.
You know,
I love that Clem is his fake name. I love it.
I don't know, man. When Skarsgård was like, make up a fake name, and he was like Clem, I was shocked. I was shocked.
Clem.
I was shocked that he wasn't like
Clem is canonically a Star Wars name.
Yeah, you're gonna go with Clem.
I can't wait. You know what? I'm gonna boot up Knights of the Old Republic. I'm gonna name my character Clem. Clem Charismatic is his name, and he'll be going around saving the old galaxy.
Clem Clemkins.
Clem Clemkins.
You're gonna have to come up with a name to cover yourself. It's gonna be something really, really, really good and dangerous.
Skarsgård really showed off his acting chops in this, didn't he?
He's an excellent actor, dude. Always has been.
Like, fuck, I know, but like just seeing the flip. I love him with his stupid wig and being this eccentric. Haha.
Yeah, he's got a real he flips a switch with that personality.
Yeah,
he puts on the wig and he's like, I am a different man with this wig on.
So his secret identity is like an antique collecting shop thing.
And that's who he meets Mon Mothma as.
Mon Mothma. Senator Mon Mothma.
That was a lot of fun to see her working from the inside like that and stress the fuck out.
Yeah.
about her cover being
they're hiring spies literally all the time. I don't know who to trust. Fuck.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's like a weird Cold War situation. I'm all about it. So the things that we see in that motherfucker's shop, right? First off,
here come the Easter eggs.
We see some Mandalorian armor. We did. It was hanging up there. We don't know if it was... It could just be regular Mandalorian armor. It could be Jango. It could be just like this is Din Djarin's armor. We just put it there to make it look cool as an Easter egg. We see a shield from a Gungan. We see some murals from the Rebels show that are just like taken out and put on there. We see Plo Koon's breathing mask just fucking sitting on there.
We did?
Plo Koon. Yeah! Whenever there's a scene with a bunch of quote-unquote antiques, you gotta stop.
Yeah, I should have, like, paused
you know? We see evil Star Killer's armor. I was so fucking shocked that they made that. He's not canon. There's no way he's canon. But they put his armor.
Wait, like from the Force Unleashed?
From the Force Unleashed. If you go evil, really? They have his evil armor just on full display. And I'm like, motherfucker, that's awesome. I want that to be real, but it's And somehow he has both a Jedi and a Sith holocron on a shelf. Those are fucking extremely rare and powerful artifacts. And he just has those on a shelf. I don't know.
That was Plo Koon's mask.
Yeah!
And he, like, yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, there was so much! I was like,
I thought that was some kind of, like, skeleton for some reason. I mean, it looks kind of like a little chicken skeleton.
But there was just so much, like, little shit. I'm like, how the fuck does he have all this? I know it's just sight gags for me to freak out on. But fuck you. Fuck you. It was good. It was really good. Oh, and they also had Twi'lek, I forget what they're called. But the Twi'lek family, Kalikoris. They're Kalikoris. Introduced in Rebels, they're these, like, artifacts that are family heirlooms for Twi'leks. And they add on to the Kalikori whenever they get a new family member and stuff like that. And he had some, which is sad. Because those are people's family's heirlooms. I don't know why he has them. Hopefully no one is dead.
I think that a lot of those artifacts were obtained tragically.
Probably. I mean, Plo Koon's breathing mask.
Yeah,
there, so.
they had to rip that off of his fucking face.
Yeah.
I don't think maybe Plo Koon just has some extras and he's alive and he goes there and he's like, hey.
Well, his entire race has those, but they're all different because it's like their style choice. So that specific one is his.
Remember the little rebreathers in Star Wars Episode 1 that Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon put on?
Yep.
I always wanted those.
I mean, who doesn't? That lets you breathe underwater for no cost for some reason.
I always just imagined as a little kid swimming to the Gungan land, and with that little thing in my mouth, I was like, hell yeah.
I don't want to swim to the Gungan land. That's
not
not a place I want to go.
I don't want those fuckers annoying me all day.
The entire time? Hell no.
It's cool, though. You just walk through the walls.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, yeah. The Gungans themselves can be dope. I imagine trying to get there and dying.
Why?
Do you see how many fucking fish there were? There's always a bigger fish.
Yeah, that's in the cave when you're down the
You gotta go through the cave to get to the Gungan lands.
You go through the cave to get to Theed. You go through the swamp to get... You can just enter the water.
I don't want to go through a swamp. I don't want to swim in a swamp. There's creatures in the swamp. What are you talking about?
You just avoid creatures. They did.
Just avoid them.
There's little fish in the shallow part. Mm-hmm. They're cute. Probably edible.
So then we see Mon Mothma goes home and looks at the seating arrangement. Which, by the way, the seating arrangement also had someone very important on there, and that's mildly frightening and cool at the same time.
Was it Darth Maul?
No. Darth Maul's not a politician. He's in hiding trying to gain power.
I know it's not Darth Maul.
Always. He's alive technically during this.
I know, well that's the thing, right? Is like you saw him in Solo. Who is it?
It's Palpatine's right-hand girl. I forget her. She's the bald one. Oh, I can't remember her name. Hold on.
Rey Palpatine?
No, not Rey Palpatine. Like Pappy, like
Pappy?
Palpatine. Yeah,
Pappy?
I call Palpatine Pappy. He's my
Pappy?
Yeah, Sly Moore. Sly Moore is gonna be there. Her name is Sly Moore.
Sly Moore. That sounds really familiar.
She's one of Palpatine. Yeah, she's bald and has crazy white eyes, and she's like Palpatine. Like she would sit next to Palpatine in the Senate chamber. She also is Force sensitive and can read people's minds. So she is. I
remember this lady.
Yeah, so she's gonna be there, which is more Palpatine connection shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ooh, imagine the confrontation between Sly Moore and
Grand Moff Mothma?
Not Grand Moff Tarkin, Mothma. That'd be cool.
Grand Moff Mothma. Grand Moff Mothma. In the dark timeline.
Grand Moff Mothma. She was stressed out in that scene. She seemed very upset.
I mean, yeah. She's also gonna have some fucking big time players. Also, her shitty husband, putting all the people she hates on one corner with him.
Yeah.
What a dick. Fuck that guy.
They get a divorce, clearly. She doesn't have a husband in Star Wars.
Oh, he's gonna die.
I think they get a divorce. They have divorces.
I would like to see the Star Wars divorce. I would like to know how that works out.
Next year on Disney Plus.
Procedures.
Next year on Disney Plus, Joe, you're in luck. It's Star Wars Divorce Court. Fictionalized.
So Star Wars doesn't have paper, right? They just use technology stuff.
You know, I never really thought about that, but I guess... Yeah.
But they do have something... they called it something else. It's like paper, but it sucks and no one uses it. I think it's called flappies or floppies. You gotta do your flappy work or your floppy work, guys, before you... Stupid shit like that. Weird Star Wars, slang. I love Star Wars slang. Criff.
Now you're just name dropping.
Criff is just a slang.
What does it mean?
You carfing kidding me?
Oh, God. Here we go.
Criffin Nerf herder?
I know Nerf herder. I'm wearing the Star Wars shirt.
Good job.
I should know these things, but
you should know these. No, Star Wars is too big and too stupid to know everything. And those who do know everything feel a deep shame when they talk to normal people. Let me tell you right now. I feel shame literally every day of my life. Anyway, that's Andor. I'm really excited to see how the fucking excitement kicks off next episode.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be big. I think. We'll see.
I think so. It's gonna be fucking huge. I guess we forgot to mention there's that one girl in the IBS.
The irritable bowel syndrome?
ISB, who's like, Pycelle, because I don't remember the character's name, but I remember his Game of Thrones character.
Yeah.
Pycelle, we should look into this more. He's like, nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
He's like, you're new here. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna look into it more, and I'm gonna find stuff. Blah 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 blah. Yada yada yada. That's it.
I bet she's gonna turn too. I think that she's probably gonna be like, this is all bullshit, and I'm leaving. Or maybe. She's gonna fail miserably because of Pycelle.
It definitely feels like a very politics and secret-driven show. And
I know, it's great.
Like that a lot. Espionage. Yeah.
It's cool. I like it. All right, so I watched more Rings of Power. I'm going to try to split this up. We're still an episode behind. I'm sorry. I'll catch up. But this episode was 70 minutes long. That's a movie.
70 minutes?
I think the last one was 60. It's not that big of a difference, honestly. But,
okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so, we have, I'm going to go by character, the Hobbits. She sings a song. It's really... Tolkien's song for sure. She's like, oh, the potatoes, and I love my friends, and wandering. And then they're traveling. The Hardfoots are traveling.
Okay.
There's somebody following, and I think it's Sauron. I think Sauron is an androgynous, bald weirdo in a cloak who... is standing on a hill going when they see the Hardfoot trail and they see where the stranger landed, and they're like,
you think Sauron is looking for Gandalf?
I think Sauron is looking for Gandalf. Yes, I think Sauron is looking for Gandalf. And
so at this point, it would be good Sauron,
but
right?
Yes. Well, he's in white. But it looks like...
So he's in white.
It looks like maybe he went bald.
You gotta tell me about...
I said that. It looks like
you said the giant was a giant for 3 episodes.
I thought he was.
They're hobbits,
then I realized the hobbits are small. Listen, the man who may be Sauron is in white. I think maybe he's in, he's gone bald from hate. I don't know how it works.
Bald from hate?
bald people are always evil in movies, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Sauron was good before he was evil.
He's got no eyebrows. There's no hair. I mean, he's hairless.
They're weird magical creatures who they're not even these names yet either. I think the Silmarillion has them as different names while they're wandering around before they become Gandalf the Grey and Sauron the White. Sauron. No, sorry. Why are we calling him Sauron? It's Saruman. Fucking shit, dude.
Oh, yeah, it's Saruman.
God damn it.
It's not Sauron. It's Saruman.
Saruman. Yeah. God damn it.
It's Christopher Lee,
kill us.
who also played Dracula. And I think
Kevin's gonna kill us.
I think in a movie that I enjoyed more even than Bela Lugosi's Dracula, because it's just Christopher Lee running around. They run around a room
Kevin's
back
gonna
and
be
forth
so mad
much.
that we fucked up Sauron and Saruman, and I blame you.
1958 Dracula is good. So the
never hear the end of it.
The Hardfoots go, and they keep going. Oh, and then they get attacked by like a dog creature, and Gandalf allegedly uses some kind of like shockwave. He goes, and he kills it.
Okay.
Then they travel some more. I don't know. Then Galadriel. And so the stranger guy not the stranger guy, but the guy that was on the boat with her. What happens? He's like there. Oh, he's forging swords now in this place for some reason. And Galadriel has convinced them to take a bunch of people to the Southlands to fight. And the guy's mad about that for some reason. And he's like, "You manipulated me." And she's like, "I told them to bring you 5 ships and a crown. Some would say that you manipulated me." And he goes, "Meh, meh, meh, meh." But then they get on the boats. There's a lot of boats. Oh, before that, though, they run into Isildur's friend.
Isildur?
And there's a really cool fight where Galadriel fights, like, all of them.
Ooh.
Oh, and it turns out, I think that the girl that I thought was cute from the last episode, she, I think, is Isildur's sister, and she's scared about them going to fight because they go on the boats to fight.
Okay.
Okay. And she runs after the boats. Galadriel has a cool fight. The other guy, they like the lieutenant. There's like Isildur's friend is the lieutenant, and they're like, "I like you." And the sword guy gives him the sword that he forged. He's like, "Use this." And then, who else is in this show? There's the elf guy and the human woman who are like in Helm's Deep. And they're in like their little fortress where they're hiding from the orcs. And the woman gives a very generic fantasy speech where she's like, "Do not fear them, we must stand and fight." And wouldn't you know it, some old dude is like, "We must leave." And they all leave, and she's shocked, like she's never watched anything fantasy related, and she's never seen that happen before.
Okay.
And half the population leaves, but then the rest of them stay and fight with the elf man. And they're, like, at the end of the episode looking out over all these lights coming toward them, which I assume are orcs. I don't really know. Then Elrond and Celebrimbor and some other elf guy have an awkward dinner with Durin and his wife. And then after the dinner... Well, so they make it known that they were there to get the mithril, the elves. And then after the dinner, Elrond talks to this new elf guy who I don't know who he is, and they talk for a long time, dude. They talk for a fucking long time, and I could not tell you what it's about. It's
okay.
I guess that the elves are gonna die if they don't get the mithril in a certain amount of time. And then he talks to Celebrimbor, and Celebrimbor's like, "Oh, your mom told your dad not to go off to the fight, and then he died anyway." And then Elrond talks to Durin, and Durin is upset because he's like, "You didn't tell me that you had a motive being here, you jerk." And Elrond is like, "We're here for mithril, but I didn't know that we were here for mithril. I'm sorry." and then he explains to them that the elves are going to die, and they offered help. They mentioned the Balrog. That there was like an elf that had to fight the Balrog to get the mithril, but they couldn't get it. I don't know. That's it.
So wait. Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Saruman is here. I don't know where Sauron is.
He's not. Never mind. I don't want to. Nope.
And they all left to fight. I think there's going to be a big battle next episode.
Okay.
Everybody else who's watching this and has watched the show already knows because we're behind. But this is episode 5.
I haven't watched the show yet.
It's going to be a big battle. It's going to be great. That's our show, everybody.
Okay.
You got any closing thoughts, Joe? Any questions for me about Rings of Power?
So,
because I know it all.
So Elrond and Celebrimbor are trying to take the mithril from the dwarves?
Well, they just want some so that they don't die.
Okay, and then what does Durin have to say about it?
He agrees to help them in the end. He's offended.
Okay.
He's offended that he feels like he was deceived
into he thought his friend was coming over to hang out. And
Yeah.
it was like, oh, you just want something.
Right. But also Elrond legitimately did not know that. So
Right. Okay. Heard. That's it? And you said they mentioned the Balrog. They say the Balrog by name?
Yeah, they're at dinner and they're talking about how an elf had to go fight the Balrog and failed or something to get mithril, and that's why they have to go get the
just
mithril. I don't know.
get the ones from the dwarves?
Yeah, I guess so.
I
think they still have to go fight the Balrog, though.
You've told me that the dwarves have a whole mithril mining operation right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where is this, by the way?
Couldn't tell you.
You
no
couldn't
idea.
tell me? Okay. Because you keep... Is it Moria?
I feel like it is. But
I Moria?
Couldn't tell you. Don't know if they've told me that. Don't know if I'm supposed to know that.
Okay.
I feel like it is.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Heard. Okay. Cool. I mean, there might... Okay. Cool. All right. I really want to watch this fucking show, you guys.
Yeah, okay, so when the season is over, you've got to go and watch the entire show, and we'll spend an episode where you just, yell at you. all of the things that I got wrong. Like, are you kidding?
No.
It's not that.
No. People still don't think that it's not... People still think I'm wrong for thinking it's Gandalf.
I know, I saw that, which I thought was kind of interesting, because I think that they had seen this episode that I've now seen at this point, and I feel like that was clearly Saruman looking for Gandalf. Like, that made sense to me immediately.
I don't know. Well, their whole thing is in the Silmarillion, Gandalf didn't show up until
they can't use the Silmarillion, dude.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Also, this is the second age, and his name was Oluri, whatever the fuck. He traveled the world still, and did stuff as a different name. And this is clearly not using the Silmarillion. We know this. They're doing Silmarillion adjacent stuff. So I think they're just kind of
they're gonna
tell
work
a story
it in how they can.
And Gandalf is money.
Gandalf can he's starting to learn to talk too. They're teaching him how to talk.
Good.
That's the other thing.
Okay. Got you. So yeah, I don't know. I also haven't watched the show, so everyone is just like, this guy's wrong. And I'm like, good, I might be. I'm only working with what I am given here, so I don't fucking know. This is a crazy way for me to fucking experience Rings of Power. And I feel like it's my fault for not just being able to watch that first episode. And here I am. In this hell. Is this how you can conjure Saruman? Except this time I'm yelling at you because why can't you tell me more information? I know it's in there.
Is this all the information you can conjure, Eric? There's no more.
I'm excited for Andor. She-Hulk's finishing up soon, so we're going to end up talking about She-Hulk in a bit here, too.
We'll do a synopsis of the whole season.
I really enjoyed the latest episode.
I don't think I've watched the latest one, but it's been funny so far.
It is therapy with Emil Blonsky.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And it's great. It's great.
He
has a poster that says Obama-stay. And I'm like, yes.
That's so stupid.
This is the comedy I wanted.
Stupid.
Oh, okay, we got 5 minutes, and I feel like we need to talk about
5 minutes? It's been 35 minutes,
I don't care. It's coming soon is Deadpool 3, motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Starring Wolverine. Returning Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
The logo looks great. The trailer dropped. The teaser was great. I can't wait to see what kind of story it is. I know people are like, but Logan was a really good send-off for the character. Fuck you, it's comics.
Yeah, it's time travel. Come on.
It's not even time travel. Logan happened in 2029. Anyway,
True.
It's comics. It's comics. Even if it's a movie, it's comics. I want stories. I want Ryan Reynolds' first debut as MCU Deadpool to be with Logan Howlett, and I want them to be fucking around doing stupid shit.
I feel like Wolverine is like an Indiana Jones level character of our generation that you can't. It's gonna be so hard to ever recast him. So this is a cool move.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban would be all right, but Carl Urban's also the same age as Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, but Carl Urban's still acting.
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman is still acting.
I don't know. Did you see that tweet that Robert Downey Jr. deleted?
Yes, I did. I did see that. Robert Downey Jr. deleted a tweet where he said it's or something.
Cool
what was it
idea.
Specifically? Yeah, cool idea.
Oh, coming back to do it. Cool idea. Coming back from the dead. Cool idea. I'm like, fuck you. Why would you do that? Why did you do that? You just didn't want another long contract? You wanted to break, and now you realize you want to be Iron Man still, you piece of shit? Good,
yeah,
come back.
Probably.
Please come back.
Come on, dude.
Robert Downey Jr., please come back. Come back as alternate universe.
What's Robert Downey Jr. doing? Raising his kids? Having a farm? That sounds nice.
Hey, man, Robert Downey Jr.'s whole life is crazy, and I'm glad he's in a spot where he can decide to quit something and do something for himself.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. I want Kiss Kiss Bang Bang 2. Come on, Robert Downey Jr.
We've never talked about that movie, but I love that movie.
I love that movie. You know what you do if you look inside the dictionary and look up the definition of the word idiot?
What does he say? He's like,
a picture of me? No! The definition of idiot, which you fucking are! God damn it. It's such a good movie. Such a good Paul Smecker. Really... Was that Paul Smecker?
What?
This was his character, one of the characters in there, Paul Smecker?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think so. He had a little tiny gun in his underwear. Anyway, this is way over time. Thank you, everybody. It is a great movie.
Oh, happy Halloween, everybody!
Is it? We're still gonna have. We're gonna have episodes before.
I don't know why I felt compelled to say that. I'm just
shut the fuck. Hocus Pocus 2 is out right now. Go log into your Disney Plus subscription account and watch it. We're sellout shills even though we're not getting paid. Monster. Anyway, goodbye everybody. Thanks for spending some of your time with us. Goodbye.
Bye. This is gonna take me so fucking long to edit. Jesus Christ, there was my entire week.